So now Johnson & Johnson has temporarily halted its COVID-19 vaccine trial because one of its participants had become sick. In a statement, the American firm said that it has paused the study after one of the candidates developed an unexplained illness. Now, Johnson & Johnson has said that serious adverse events are an expected part of any clinical study, especially large ones, and the firm will now determine if the illness was caused by a drug used in the trial. The online enrollment system for volunteers has also been closed. The J&J Phase 3 trial had started recruiting participants in late September with a goal of enrolling up to 60,000 volunteers across more than 200 sites in the US and around the world. Other countries where the trials were taking place are Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Mexico, Peru and South Africa. And Johnson & Johnson is only the 10th drug maker globally to conduct Phase 3 trials of its COVID vaccine, and is based on a single dose of cold-causing adenovirus. Now, this is not the first time that such an experiment was hit by a roadblock. Earlier, the AstraZeneca Oxford University vaccine trial had to be halted after a participant fell ill. The trial has now resumed. Professor Pannet, who is a virologist at the Hebrew University of Jerusalem, is joining us live for more on this. Thank you for being with us. Now, Johnson & Johnson has temporarily halted its vaccine trial because one of the participants has become ill. They have said that this is to be expected, especially in such a large test group.
Yes, this is not unexpected. If you recruit 60,000 people, some are bound to get ill from other problems, unrelated to the vaccine. We also know that these vaccines have some side effects. Many people who are getting the vaccine are getting some fever, Usually this fever is going within 1 day, so this is not very worrying. But this is a regular procedure to halt the trial for a week or so, just to find out what happened to this specific patient. They cannot say what is the problem with this patient due to privacy. But I don't suspect that this will halt the trial for long. And we have seen it with all other trials, with Moderna, with Pfizer, Oxford vaccine, and now with Johnson & Johnson. And probably we will see it in later vaccines. There are now about 40 programs of different vaccines in clinical studies. So this will come now like an avalanche of vaccines and news in the papers and in the TV broadcast.
Right, Professor, just how much of a setback is this kind of pause in a vaccine, and what happens to the other candidates who are already undergoing the trials?
Well, there are some candidates which are more advanced, like Moderna, that recruited only 30,000 patients, and just now they will end it probably within a month or 2 months. But, recruiting 60,000 patients give you a safety kind of border that statistics will be better. So Moderna with 30,000 may hit a block later on if they couldn't show statistics significance of benefit to the vaccinee. So there is always, the different companies are weighing the pros and cons of recruiting more patients or less patients. So we don't know who will be the actual winner. Now the front runner is Moderna, a US company.
Right, and Professor, before I let you go, of course there is this race to find a vaccine. You have mentioned some of the other front runners. With this kind of a halt in the vaccine, what kind of timeline do you think, in your opinion, that we are looking at in terms of actually getting an effective vaccine to be rolled out?
Well, the first generation of vaccines, I would say, will come out at the beginning of next year. Now, this will be the first lines of vaccines. They may protect only, half of the vaccinees or perhaps even less. And new vaccines, more improved vaccines, will come within few months. So there are different approaches to develop vaccines. At least 6, 7 different approaches, and there are 100 companies developing vaccines based on these 6 or 7 directions. We don't know who will actually be the runner at the end, but in terms of speed, in terms of time, probably it will be Moderna and possibly Oxford-Zeneca vaccines. I know that in India they are also developing vaccines and they are very advanced in developing the vaccines. China is developing vaccines all over the world. In Israel we develop a vaccine.
Professor,
so who will be the actual winner, we don't know yet.
Right. Thank you so much for being with us, Professor Pannet, bringing us the latest.